up, team? And welcome back to Big Boys Boxing. So I have an article here. I will leave in the description. You can read it and come to your own conclusions as usual. But Joseph Parker has come out with some statements. He would like the winner of Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury to fight Anthony Joshua for undisputed. That's what boxers should be striving for, undisputed. It's the most coveted title in boxing. And we haven't had one since Lennox Lewis 20 plus years ago. So that sounds all fine and dandy. That's exactly what fans want to hear, right? But I'll tell you what, there's a hidden agenda behind these statements, in my opinion. How so, you say? Well, Joshua has to fight his mandatory for the IBF, being Kubrat Pulev. This fight is happening sometime in early June by the sounds of it. And after that, this is when this undisputed fight is being proposed. Well, you know what? There's another mandatory due next month to be called for Anthony Joshua, the WBA. And the WBO already have their mandatory in Alexander Usyk. They've been accommodating and let the IBF mandatory go first, with the condition that Anthony Joshua fight Alexander Usyk next. That was the condition stated by Francisco Valcarcel of the WBO. Normally, a undisputed fight would take precedent over a mandatory shot. But because the mandatory has been due since, I think it's September last year, and they've been accommodating, they made that condition that Joshua fights his mandatory for the WBO next. To me, that means no undisputeds, no voluntaries, no nothing. You fight your WBO mandatory next, or you will be stripped. Right? So if Joshua makes that fight with either Wilder or Fury, the WBO will take the belt away. And that fight will not be for undisputed. And guess what? Joseph Parker will get to fight Alexander Usyk for the vacant WBO title. That is the hidden agenda. Now I can guarantee you, David Higgins, the crackhead, the lunatic, whatever you want to call him, the manager of Joseph Parker, would have done his due diligence, and he would have spoken to Francisco Valcarcel to confirm all of this. That if Joshua doesn't hold that belt, that Parker will get to fight Usyk for it. Number 1 and number 2. That's how it goes. So maybe to the casual fan who doesn't understand what's actually going on, these statements from Joseph Parker sound good. And like I said, that's whatever all the fans want to hear. And that's what all the fans want to see, is undisputed. But come on, keep it real. The situation isn't as easy as the winner of Fury's and Wilder fighting Joshua next. Doesn't work like that. And not only because if they make that fight, Joshua will lose his belt, but guess what? There's also a contract for another fight, a third trilogy fight between Wilder and Fury. Breach of contract can be quite expensive. So for me, these comments from Parker are a big smokescreen for him to try and get everybody to push to get this so-called undisputed fight, which won't be an undisputed fight, made so Parker can get his shot at becoming two-time heavyweight champion of the world. Let us know your thoughts. Hit the thumbs up if you've enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one. I'm Jono from Big Boys Boxing, and I'm out. So